Okay, so today I'm looking at taking apart and checking out the upgrades for an HP Notebook 15 DB0088ca laptop. And I believe that's just the HBook 15 DB series. Kind of a complicated thing to take apart. So we have 4 screws on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll start by taking those out. Afterwards, I believe we have to remove these little rubber pads that I'm guessing act as ventilation for the fan. I believe we'll have to take those off to access more screws and able to be able to take off the plastic plastic case. So anyway, it's my first time doing this, so I'll probably end up speeding up this process, unless I'm saying something really important, which probably isn't the case. I find these HP laptops to be kind of a pain to work on and take apart, but I'm also spoiled from taking apart a whole bunch of Lenovo ThinkPads that are really easy to service and access for upgrades. Okay, we got those 4 screws out easily. Now what I'm worried about is taking out this rubber piece and breaking it. I believe I already did break a little piece off, and luckily it's hard to notice, so that's nice. But so just to clarify, I used a Phillips head screwdriver to take out those 4 screws, and I have a small flathead screwdriver to start digging out the rubber piece, and this is where I'm probably going to time lapse. Okay, so we got the first one off, and hopefully I don't have to resort to using glue to put it back on. And I just want to clarify that I'm not a really big fan of companies like HP and other brands making it really hard to access the inside of one of their products for upgrades. I understand the appeal of warranties and all that, but for me, this would pretty much make sure that this wouldn't be a product that I would purchase. However, it is a nice laptop. I don't fault people for buying it, that's for sure. But it wouldn't be my first choice is all I'm getting at. And that's mainly because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to the inside, just to add an extra RAM stick, just to change the hard drive, just to change the battery. Simple things that should take minutes to do, like with the so many different ThinkPads. Anyways, that's it. Time to take some more screws out. I would never stop anybody from buying a product that they want. I'm just saying that for myself personally, this is something that I probably wouldn't buy because it's such a pain in the butt to upgrade. Okay, another time lapse. Okay, we got the other plastic piece off. As you can see, I did break it. However, you don't really notice it unless I really take a good hard look. You actually barely notice the the part where the piece broke, so I'm not too worried about it. Superficially, it looks fine. Let's take out these remaining screws, which are covered in plastic, which is kind of annoying. But I suppose this would be a device where you're encouraged to mail it in, to ship it in, to get it worked on. However, I think any good technician and any good computer shop would be able to handle this with no problem. However, likely does void the warranty, so if that's what you invested in, I think that you should probably just use that until you can't. In this case, I have the freedom to go rogue. It's not my device, but I have permission to do this. Okay, so one screw is giving me some trouble. Never mind. Here it is. So now that I've got all the screws out from underneath the rubber pads, I believe it's now time to start scoring alongside the palm rest to try to lift up the keyboard and get the bottom off, because I believe everything is still attached to the keyboard. So for this, I have a guitar pick that I'll use. It should be just thick enough. Okay, so now we have the back panel finally taken off. And let's take a look at what we have here. Okay. So it looks like we have our battery here, our hard drive, which I believe is the cause for this slow system. Our one 4 GB RAM stick, it looks like it might actually not be upgradable. There's only one RAM slot here that I'm seeing. And unfortunately, I'm also not seeing what I was hoping to see, which is an additional slot here to install an SSD. So that's too bad. However, I am seeing a slot here where the optical drive could go. So maybe there's some potential to install something here. However, it looks like there's a plastic grill here to prevent that. Alright, we'll have to pause the video and take a better look around at this. Okay, so just to summarize before I put this thing back together, this is what you can expect when you open up this model of HP Notebook 15-db. There is room for one 2.5-inch hard drive or solid state drive, and that's pretty much it. The only upgrade that you can do is maybe RAM. There's only one RAM slot here, as you can see on the motherboard. This motherboard is designed to have one extra RAM slot there, but this is not present, the caddy. And this entire laptop is actually designed to have M2 SSD available here, which would be really great. And you can have dual storage with your hard drive over here, but as you can see here, the motherboard is configured for that, but just the attachment does not exist. So this is no doubt a cheaper version of the notebook. Something to look out for if you are on a budget, or if you, if you don't know before you buy. So take a look again at the model number in this video, in the title, and buy it if you want, or avoid it if you want. The only thing you'll be able to upgrade is an SSD and maybe a 8GB or a larger stick of DDR4 RAM. I'm not actually too sure how much, what the max is for this board specifically, but I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to find, and maybe I'll link that below or put it in the comments. So, yeah, this is how you painstakingly get to the battery, the RAM, and the hard drive, wireless network card, everything that should be way easier to access on the motherboard. But that's just my own personal complaint. I'm going to get to putting it back together. Okay, so there you have it. There is, it started out as an upgrade video, but it just basically became a takedown and put back apart video. So I hope this helps you out. I had trouble finding some reliable videos online, so for this specific model. And yeah, hopefully this helped you out. And thanks a lot for watching. Hope you learned something.